Spacebound presents the top 10 most terrifying rides in the world. Barri de Letea, Thibodeau Park. Now the first ride to make our list is for those of you who are fond or not so fond of heights. What makes this ride so terrifying is not only how naturally tall the ride stands, but that it is also located on the edge of an even taller mountain overlooking all of Barcelona. Adding in the fact that you have a giant statue of Jesus with open arms acting as if he is welcoming you to heaven, you have to decide for yourself whether that's comforting or warning. Cannonball Loop, Action Park. The next ride on our list comes from a water park familiar with sending its patrons home with more than just the occasional bruise. Action Park, also infamously known as Class Action Park, was a water park opened from 1978 to 1996. Even though this park was filled with rides that seemed intent on pushing the limits of physics, we are going to focus on the Cannonball Loop. The Cannonball Loop was a visually standard tubular water slide with what appeared to be a tight loop at the end. It sounds innocent enough, but what someone with a basic understanding of physics will tell you is that the G-forces exerted in a perfect circular loop, such as this one, would be enough to break a person's neck. But then again, that's just another day of fun at Action Park. Fahrenheit, Hershey Park, Pennsylvania. The Fahrenheit opened in May of 2008, becoming one of the more popular rides for the adrenaline junkie in all of us. This inverted vertical loop lift coaster starts by sweeping riders 121 feet above the ground before plunging them right back down in a stomach-turning 97-degree negative drop. The Fahrenheit boasts the steepest drop in the US, and with a 121-foot crest, it's no wonder why all the front row patrons can only see the empty air dangling in front of them. After the first drop, the coaster continues with loop after loop, corkscrews, and finishing off with high-speed bank curves in all a matter of 85 seconds. Kingda Ka, Six Flags. Known as the scariest zero-gravity experience available to the general public, Kingda Ka is a simple ride gracing the Six Flags park. With a simple design, this roller coaster has no special gags or crazy drops, but with the closest ride that exists to a NASA simulator, the Kingda Ka definitely has a fan base. The ride is made up of one burst of track that goes up and down with the only goal of being to send the riders as fast and as high as humanly possible, launching passengers up to 128 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. The Kingda is known as the tallest and fastest coaster in the world. Now just imagine all of this happening in a span of 28 seconds, and then you'll understand why this bad boy gets a spot on our list. The Smiler, Alton Towers. If you have ever been on to get motion sickness, our next ride might not be on your bucket list. The Smiler is a steel roller coaster located at Alton Towers in the United Kingdom. Manufactured by the German company Gerstlauer, the Smiler is most famously known for it having its 14 inversions during the course of its ride. The Smiler also holds the world record for most inversions on a roller coaster, dethroning the previous holder of the said title, the Colossus, back in 2013. However, the Smiler has suffered some setbacks, including a malfunction during the press conference, and a second one which caused 5 passengers to be injured. The ride closed for a time being, but now is officially back open to the public as of March 19th, 2016. Tower of Terror 2, Dream World Amusement Park. The fifth spot on our list goes to the Tower of Terror 2. The Tower of Terror 2, not to be confused with the Disneyland ride of the same name, is located in Gold Coast, Australia. As the name describes, this ride is 38 stories of pure terror. Reaching speeds of up to 100 miles per hour, the tower comes in a 4th fastest ride in the world. Assuming you have the gall to take on this plunge, prepare yourself. This ride will take you 377 feet up into the air before launching you back down to earth in only 6.5 seconds at a whopping 100 miles per hour. Insanity, Stratosphere Hotel and Casino. Are you the type of person that has a total disregard for your own safety? Well, then I have a ride for you. Conveniently called Insanity, this ride will take you to the busty nightlife that only Las Vegas can provide. Located directly on top of one of Las Vegas's most renowned hotels and casinos, Insanity sits nice and snug above the Stratosphere Hotel for all to see. Now you may be asking yourself, how does an amusement park ride fit on a hotel? Well, the answer is that it doesn't. Passengers will be happy to know that not only will they get a great ride, but they will also have the best view of the Strip. Once strapped in, passengers will be dangled 64 feet out over the hotel's edge at a 70-degree angle, giving them a perfect view of the 900-foot death drop below. Ijaneka, Fuji-Q Highland. Coming in at number 3 on our list is Ijaneka, located at the Fuji-Q Highland Park in Fujiyoshida, Japan. Opened in 2006, the Ijaneka is the second roller coaster to hold the title of the true fourth dimension roller coaster. The fourth dimension refers to the coaster's ability to allow passengers to independently move forward and backward 360 degrees in a controlled spin. Although not the first coaster to implement this, Ijaneka expands on the success of the X2 coaster. It does this by increasing the length of the track, the speed, and the height at which the coaster stands, which is a whopping 250 feet tall. This coaster allows passengers to have a longer and more enjoyable ride than on its other originator, the X2. Superman Ride of Steel, Six Flags. Coming in at number 2 is a ride inspired by the Man of Steel himself. Yes, I'm talking about Superman. Located at Six Flags America, there are officially 3 versions of this ride at 3 different parks, the best being at Agawam, Massachusetts. Reaching speeds of more than 77 miles per hour, a 221-foot drop into a dark tunnel, 2 bunny hills, 3 camelbacks, and a body-tingling 10 seconds of weightlessness, it's not hard to see why this coaster has become so hugely popular. This version of the ride is so popular, in fact, that it has won countless awards, including Best Roller Coaster in the US and Amusement Today's Golden Ticket Award, which is essentially the Oscar of the amusement park industry. The Human Trebuchet, Middlemore Water Park. Finally taking our number 1 spot is a ride more terrifying than any other on our list simply because of how dangerous it is. Known as the Human Trebuchet, the ride is essentially a human catapult. Previously located in the United Kingdom at Middlemore Water Park, the Human Catapult would launch its would-be adrenaline junkies at a speed of up to 60 miles per hour through the air into a net positioned at 75 feet away. Now, if that doesn't sound dumb enough to you already, know that people actually paid to do this. At $66 a pop, a person could get launched and pray they made it back and land safely. That was until the inevitable happened. In 2002, a 19-year-old Oxford student, Dino Yankov, took his turn but was overlaunched, missing the net completely. Yankov died shortly after, and the ride was immediately shut down and banned.